What's up, Angelo? Alright, we're gonna get started here in a second. I need to do a couple quick things on the free-to-play here. Well, I need to get these wins in so that I can... I don't know if you saw my video, but I have to get to farming. Who is that guy? Oh, okay. I don't want to take the easy wins because we need numbers. We need raw numbers. I do need to take a single person later, but we want to do that when we get up into gold. Not down here in silver where the teams I can actually beat are. Alright, we need to find another 4-man team up here we can beat. Perfect. I think I've beat this team before, too. What's up, Mikolaj? Three tier 4 masteries. Now, this is the part that's a little trickier. Look up my Ugo build. So I need 120. Alright. So here's what we're going to do. And I'm just going to set this up to run while we do the account takeover. So that's about to happen, guys. We're not doing it. I'm just... They're offering me better gear now for my rank. It's expensive, but certainly better. I need to get on that silver train. But what we're going to do is we're going to go to... Oops. We're going to go to arena. We're going to go to tag team arena. And we're going to buy the energy. That's a big chunk of energy that we can now dump into Minotaur while we're doing the account takeover. So we use effective resources. Wrong account. There we go. Boom. All right. We're going to black out the screen for just a second, y'all, while I... Wrong thing. I can't make my mind about Nightmare Team. Nightmare Team for Chimera? All right, Atlantis, I am logging into your account. If you are on it, it will kick you out. There won't be any judgments. I'm just going to try and get rid of this red dot here. And... Alright, I don't want to mess with too many of your red dots. So, I'm going to go over to the Discord. So we're still trying to figure out how we're going to do these Takeover Thursdays, guys. So bear with me as I work out some kinks. But basically, I've set up a new channel over on the Discord for Takeover Thursday signups. And so if you head to the Discord, you will be able to sign up. You'll see it'll have your either Twitch name or your YouTube name, depending on which one you're either a subscriber or a member on. I do ask that people be subscribers or members, and then what your account goals are. So for Angelo's account here, looking for a gear cleanse, a 1-key Ultra Nightmare. He's got the champs and maybe a tag team arena team. Been stuck for months on the same mission. All right. Aditya Jamwal, I just read your message. Can you start a raid free-to-play series which only include mystery shard pulls and including characters from Campaign, Bazaar, Doom Tower? No, that's essentially a rare-only challenge, and I have no desire to do that. That will not be enjoyable for me in any way. That sounds like torture. It's certainly doable. I believe that it is doable, but I am not interested in that particular challenge, so I apologize. That is not the content that I am looking to make. Priest Guardian, I am here, brother, watching you and enjoying the show with a drink in hand. That's happy to hear that. Okay. So, Gear Cleanse, 1-key Ultra Nightmare. Let's just talk about a Gear Cleanse real quick here. So, you are at 1,500 out of 1,500. Do you have a bunch in here, I bet, too? Great job. Oh, great job on the energy saving. I love seeing that. Yeah. Okay. Let's talk about gear. Well, first, let's look at your account, because gear cleansing is a very subjective thing, right? If I was to try and cleanse your gear like my account, I may get rid of stuff that you would rather keep, right? But we'll go over the account real quick, kind of see, if you don't mind, I can link in the YouTube chat a raid content creator who only does mystery shard only. He's 2 years deep. Yeah, that's fine. Like I said, I have no problem with the challenge. It's just not the type of content that I'm looking to do. Just pull the Band-Aid off. Dude, you are freaking out way too much. You are already looking really good. I'm going to tell you right now, your count looks fine. You have speed on your boots. You have percentage on your bottom 3 so far. I'm not seeing anything alarming. Now, I say alarming. There's certainly room for improvement, but there is nothing here that needs to get that you need to get your butt kicked about. I'll tell you that. We may want to question some of the builds based on what the champions are used for and so on and so forth, but I am pretty happy with you know, you've got the basics down, and that's the stuff that is always like difficult to see, right? People that aren't running speed boots. How old is your account? Let's see if we can find out. Let's take a look here. Daily login rewards. Okay, so you're pretty new. You're a pretty new account. You have an amazingly stacked roster. I'm gonna go ahead and assume there was some money spent here. And I don't mean that in a disrespectful way, but these polls are incredibly good. Very stacked account. You promise that you're free to play. You promise that you're free to play. Busted. Busted. Nice try, my friend. I know where to look. Daily gem pack right here. Let's see. No monthly pack. You've already, I don't see the monthly pack at least. So you've bought the monthly pack as well. Just for today. Oh, you're free to play just for today. Okay, okay. All right. Let's talk Takeover. Okay? So gear cleanse. Right out the gate, the first thing that I'm going to look for when I'm trying to do a gear cleanse. So all of this can be sold with one exception. I'm not going to do the gear cleanse, but I want to give you the tips. And the reason I'm not going to do it is because I don't feel comfortable. Like, you might plan to re-roll these gloves, right? In fact, I would re-roll these gloves if you have not already done so. You did already do so. This is a trash now, right? You re-rolled it. You did the right thing. You got a triple roll on a good set. You re-rolled it. It's flat attack. You're never going to use this glove. You're not. Just plain and simple. That is one that I would sell, right? And by the way, yeah, no judgments about being a paid player. I paid money on my main account. It's not a big deal. And likewise, again, here, flat defense, did you already rework it? You did, right? So once you rework them, this one's not reworked, flat HP. That might be worth a reroll. That's your decision. It's your account. But once you re-roll that stuff and it stays flat stats, chuck it. Very rarely are you going to use these items. Now, perhaps the stone skin boots, but really you'd prefer percentages. But you could use them for a very slow champion like UDK that you want to keep under speed so that the stone skin doesn't fall off. High resist, right? Something along those lines. But yeah, I think this is a great place to start of all the stuff that you kind of want to get rid of, right? The next thing that I kind of do is we go in and I'll take a look at my speed gear, right? I just work top from bottom. I turn on the sell feature and I say, okay, that has speed, speed, no speed, sell, speed. It's up to you what you want to keep and don't keep. You're at 1,500 items. You have this much speed gear. You can be far more selective than you're currently being, right? Yeah, this has speed. Maybe you keep that one. This one didn't roll speed, and it's blue. That's a rare item. I would chuck it. Yes, it has one speed substat, but You know, that's me. Again, this is my main account process. On my free to play, I keep that piece. So, but you are not free to play, and we need to embrace that. We need to understand that certain habits that are not great on a free to play. I would re-roll this one, by the way. So we kind of demonstrated the example there. Let's turn off the cell, and then I would rework this one because you have a triple HP roll there. If you can get that to be speed, boom, great piece, right? So look at it from that perspective. You know, do you need speed? Like, speed gear has one purpose, that is to go fast. If it doesn't have speed on it, I'm not going to keep it. Also, I'm not keeping white shit. I see why you're keeping it, because it's speed. I don't know if you know this or not. Your account is beyond this gear. Yes, you've only been playing for 270 something days, but look at your roster. Look at your account. I mean, and you're a spender, so you can put those gems, you can put that energy into Dragon's Lair when it's speed gear on hard, stage 10, which I feel like you should have a faster team than that, probably. Do you not? You don't have a lot of poisoners, huh? Yeah, build him. You're gonna go a lot faster. Poisons do a ton of damage on him. I don't have my main account up. They're not all set. Yeah, but you can certainly get a faster team than this with poison and poison activation, and I think Grok has both of that. Stock, sorry. So you'll get some better speed out of that if you run that team, okay? But yeah, like here you're running these speed boots, which is fine. You're getting what you need out of it. You know, for the sake, you are a little low on speed boots, so I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. You might want to hang on to some of those, but in my opinion, you are kind of past some of that, right? You don't even use your mythicals or arbiter. Well, that is a problem that I would get away from, because first of all, you have one of the best mythicals in the game right now. This guy should be in pretty much every thing that you do, to be completely honest with you. As far as me doing the relic in the coming event, I'm not familiar with the event that's offering the relic as of yet. Let me see on the calendar real quick just to answer your question. Oh, the Titan event? No, I'm not going to do a Titan event. I need to save resources on my main accounts. You know, for specific stuff, but and we'll kind of get into the builds here in a second. But we'll talk about this build for sure. So, all right. So let me finish what I was saying kind of about the gear cleanse. Anything in here that doesn't have speed. Wow. Thank you, Priest Guardian. Holy crap. Thank you for the $34. Priest Guardian says, you have entertained me many hours on YouTube for this game I love. So time to show some respect to you, good sir. Well, holy crap. Thank you so much. You... I mean, I'm speechless. You guys don't even know how much, like, even that little bit really helps me out. So that's Wow. Thank you. Thank you, Priest Guardian. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I can't say it enough. That is awesome. Thank you. Yeah, W's in the chat for Priest for sure. Let's okay. So we've kind of talked about the gear cleansing. When we're talking about the gear down here as well, at the current state of your account, you're not getting as much access to the better accessories yet, but you will, right? You're going to get more pinpoint gear as you start farming it. You're going to get more accessories from City of Centranos. You're going to get more protection rings, stone skin rings, right? So for right now, keeping this much for your accessories is fine. But again, when we're talking about the banners, and like this is something that I would get rid of immediately. So attack necks. This is controversial. I have heard opinions from other players that there is, if you get lucky and you keep an attack neck, but it rolls all crit damage in the bottom, it could even out to being still a viable crit damage neck. However, I don't necessarily go in that direction. The reason that we get rid of attack necks, anybody that you're looking to have do damage, you're going to want a crit damage neck. Okay? The only time you're going to want an attack neck is going to be a bomb champion. Now, if you want to be very, very particular, you could find the roles that have bomb champions and keep the attack necks, just in case you pull one of those, like Skinwalkers and Nishak, for example, right? That's one option that you could do. Me, personally, I scrap all the attack necks, frees up a ton of space. It's 146 slots right there. Maybe I keep some of, like, the Slayer gear and stuff like that, because that might be reworked into a crit damage neck or something of that sort. You want me to scrap all of it, even the Feral and Slayer stuff? This is what I mean. Like, it's not always that simple. If I was to do this, I would get rid of all these. I'd keep the Slayer and the Feral for rerolls, but these basic ones can go. Because you might want to re-roll those. You might need that extra Slayer piece to finish them off. But you drop those attack pieces because you're just never going to use them. And when you pull that bomb champion, then you just go farm. Go farm for that attack neck. You're going to get it, right? Because, of course, we always seem to get more attack necks than we really want. Yeah, exactly. So much silver from doing this, too. Because remember, relics sell, or accessories, sorry, sell for more silver, too. So you're getting 7 million silver. So there you go. And I kept all the good stuff. Because you might want to use, there may be a case, even for a support, where you might want to use an attack pinpoint neck only to complete a pinpoint set and get the extra speed. That may actually be. That's like probably 10 speed right there that you might want to be able to gauge. So, let's move on now while we're talking about gear. Let's go ahead and move on. So yeah, see, you've got an attack neck on Garrel, who is, by the way, HP based. So, damage is based on HP and attack on the second form. I didn't know that on the second form, so that's on me. I hate that they do that, to be completely honest. I don't have a Garrel, so I'm not as familiar with her kit. But again, let's talk about your builds now. Do you want me to talk about builds in general, or do you want me to focus on Clan Boss right now? Up to me. So your account is so stacked. Yeah, 2-turn ally protect on a 3-turn cooldown. Extend it with Mikage. I feel like you can just build a really easy killable team for Ultra Nightmare. No, you don't. This is fine. Why do you want? Why is this team not working? Is this failing for you? Let me see if you did a key before. That's a 2 key and it's failing on green and purple, boss. That's strange. Okay, well, let's look this up.
Shoot him, Kevin!
Hey, Moogie, thank you for the subscription. I gotta remember which one this one is. I think this is, yeah, so this is Myth Air. You've got 245 speed. I feel like there's a better version of it. That one uses High Katuna. We don't need that one. I guess it's just a basic Myth Air. Eris must not take the stun. Use a force DPS champion positioned ahead of Eris in the team order when fighting Spirit Affinity. You are doing that. .156 speed. I bet you. I'm not going to be looking at chat right now, guys, because I have another screen up. I apologize. Jesus, man. All right, you're off on speed. You're 155 speed. You need to be 156 according to all right, so let's use the calculator. This is a great time to use the calculator. I'm going to get logged into it here if I still have if I remember my stuff. Shoot. Do it this way. Isn't there a way? There it is. It should take the team as it should be. Okay. Let me pull up chat real quick, make sure I'm caught up. Okay. Exclamation point takeover in chat will explain how to get the takeover. I'm going to make a video, a private video, or unlisted video that will explain it further. That will be linked when you use that command in chat for future ones. We're still trying to figure out the Takeover Thursday process, but we're going to, instead of trying, look, I could, you have, you could easily make a killable team. But I really want to kind of get this on video for people because this is something that a lot of people will tend to run into, right? So I'm going to have the tracker on the other screen, which kind of sucks for what we're trying to do, but we want to make sure that we're getting everything correct here, okay? So we have all speed, right? And 274 speed on the Demitha. So using the calculator here, 274 on Demitha, but you need to update that you have speed times 3. Notice how that affected her true speed. You see that, right? So there's one updated, okay? We're going to go on to the next one. Next one in the list is Eris. We're going to pull up Eris here. 1 speed set on Eris. And we have a total speed of 245, okay? So 245, but we have 1 speed set. Again, that affects her true speed, okay? Now, you may already know this. If you already know this, I'll... You have a Wixwell? Oh, okay. Forget this. Oh, I didn't know you had a Wixwell. Let me see. Yeah. Alright, we're going to build you a Wixwell team. All due respect to unkillable teams. They are awesome. They work great. You've already built one. A Wixwell team is so much freaking easier to build, especially with a Krisk. You're going to have the easiest time with this team. Because you have Krisk and Mikage. Where'd she go? So she extends the buffs, right? You've seen my team before, I assume. I hope. So who would be our damage dealer? Do you not have... You should have got Ninja, right? Did you just miss that? Yeah. Okay. What I'm going to do... is log in to my main account here. And we'll show you my Wixwell team there. Now, I do have a Wixwell team on the free-to-play, but your account is so much stronger, and Krisk is just going to do everything so much better. So, do you understand the concept of the Wixwell team? Okay. It's very simple, okay? Very, very simple. Wixwell puts out a very big shield. Sorry. Obviously, you can tell the game does not like having 3 copies of it open. He puts a very big shield out relative to his defense. Then he extends the all buffs on the team and increases the value of all shields proportional to the total number of buffs which had their duration increased. What does that mean? He makes shields bigger. Shields get so big to a point. Just banged my microphone. Sorry, guys. Shields get so big to a point that the clan boss cannot break through them. But there's one thing that you need to make it work. And that is a shield set on a champion. Any of the champions, put them in a shield set, And the shield will grow faster with more buffs, which you're going to have plenty of buffs. You're bringing a Mikage and a Krisk. What I would do if I was you is build a team like this. You need it. You're going to have to change your gear. We're going to get to that. So I previously ran this team right here with a second damage dealer. It was inconsistent because I was lacking the extra buffs. Now, obviously, you don't have Androck. Consider Androck more like your Krisk. Don't put a shield set on your Krisk, please. Don't put a shield set on your Mikage, please. Don't put a shield set on your Wixwell. Wixwell's best in reflex if you can make it work. But if I was you, would put a shield set on my Demitha, and I would run 4 buff extenders, including one of them being Demitha, and then Mikage, and then Ninja. I don't know what Krisk's passive is, so let me go read that really quickly, okay? Because I'm being told in chat that we may not need a shield set with Krisk's passive. Places a shield buff on all allies for 2 turns. No, this shield is still this symbol shield. So what Wixwell does is he increases the value of the regular shield, and then he increases the value of the shield set shield, which is a different symbol. And that's relevant, right? Because now you're getting twice the size of shields increased. This shield would simply override, if his shield was bigger, it would just override Wixwell's shield, but it's only one type of shield. So there's 3 types of shield in the game. There's shield cast by a character, shield from the shield set, which has a different symbol, and then the last one is shield from the, what's that set called? I don't know if you're going to have any of it. Bolster. Bolster shield cannot be extended. Yeah, you cannot extend the bolster shield. So you do need a shield set to make this effective if you want to go 1,500 turns. I'm going to be real with you. With your gear and the right build, you probably are going to get pretty far into Clan Boss without it and just build a killable team like this. If, since you have the ally protect and the big shield, and Ninja's going to do a ton of damage. He's going to be weaker on Force Affinity. You can see that on my main account, it was Force Affinity today. Sorry, no. Magic Affinity on Ultra Nightmare. On Nightmare, he did less than Ultra Nightmare because of the affinity, because it was Force Affinity. Okay? So well, I'm talking about a 1 key here. And the reason that 1,500 turns is relevant is because this isn't... So unkillable teams, as you know, can only go 50 turns. This is a killable team that is completely unkillable, meaning that you will go to the turn limit of 1,500 turns instead of 50 clan boss turns. And so, it's going to do this amount of damage. But like you said, you don't need max damage. Why don't we... Let's take a look here at Wixwell. Oh, wrong account. Let's go over to your account, and let's just do some testing. How do you feel about me wasting your gems? I can do it in a way that won't waste gems, to be clear. So we are completely booked on Krisk. I hate that you keep a bunch of guys in your vault. Completely booked on Wixwell. And we have a blessing. I think I saw Mikage was booked. And Ninja's fully booked. You will not need lifesteal gear. So we're going to do a lot of... You're going to do a lot of re-gearing on these champions. to make the team kind of work, but let me give you an idea. And this VOD will be up, so we're back on my account. This VOD will be up to give you an idea of what you're looking at, right? So for my ninja, he's in lethal. You only need enough accuracy on him to land his debuffs on clan boss. If you want to use him in other areas of the game, go for it. But you can see, like, and we're going to talk about builds in general because you're building your champions a little wrong, and we're going to fix that. No judgment, just simply saying that there is something, room for improvement that I have for you. But accuracy, crit rate, as much crit damage and attack as you can get with a reasonable amount of speed. They don't need to be super fast because you're going to get a lot of ally attacks from Mikage. That's the big combo here that we're getting, okay? And then, so essentially, this is what I'm building for you in my head, okay? A Wixwell, preferably in reflex, but it is not required, provided, honestly, I don't think it's required with a Krisk, because Krisk's ally protect is going to reduce the incoming damage so much that the shield won't go away. So you won't need it, but reflex makes it easier, as you can see here. Defense on him. So I have 267 speed. I'm not worried about crit rate or damage. Accuracy, that's for Hydra, if anything. He is the decreased attack champion, so you do kind of want... Well, I think Krisk is too. But you're looking for good high number of defense because the shield is based on... the value is based on buffs and... No, that's the extension. Sorry. The initial shield value is based on defense, right? The reason I'm saying Demitha is the team is so much easier when you have 4 extenders. Like, it's literally a cakewalk. And you're not trying to hit max damage. I wonder... I asked you this already. Let me... Can I move people to... Let me go to your account. Sorry. So... I'm going to move him to the collection. Move him to the collections just so I can test this team. Use some gems, you don't mind? Okay. Alright, we're just going to keep the ninja build for... Oh, his accuracy's too low. Do we have any masteries on him? We do. You have Helm Smasher. I would change that to War Master for the purposes of this build. Oh yeah, he's in some really old gear for your account here. Yeah, we're going to get to that kind of stuff in a little bit. We'll talk about blessings in a little bit here. I want to focus on what the viewer asked for help on. And the viewer asked for an Ultra Nightmare team. And so that's consistent, and I want to give them an Ultra Nightmare team that's consistent. So that's the focus right now. I'm wondering, in their current builds, I don't want to break... Well, we can use the preset filter, right? Fitting room. Let's just use fitting room here. And see what kind of shield set you have. Let's assume we go with those boots. We're going to want... Do you have any HP percent? Alright, we would do that one. Actually, we don't need to do that one. Let's take that one off. Speed, HP percent. Whichever one rolls higher. Alright. So I would do that shield set, and then I would get as much HP on here. And speed. Because she's a little slower now. Well... I'm taking too much HP. She actually still might survive. You have her on a preset? Alright. Then... I want one of them to be HP percent and one of them to be defense percent. So I'm going to look for, a, if possible, a two-piece set that you have to make it better. That speed set, I think, is going to be the winner. So we're going to go with that one. Wait, was this defense? Oh, good. Perfect. I needed to make sure one was the other and the other. I'm not going to go through all of your silver here, but I am going to take this stuff up to 12. So, the shield set champion in this case... The shield that they give is based on their HP, right? So that's why we want to make sure we have a high HP pool for this thing. I'm going to take these to 16 because they're speed boots, right? But we also don't want too much HP because then she could die to the stun. I got to tell you, it's kind of easier taking over accounts that are spenders because I don't feel that bad about spending their silver. All right, we'll keep these at 12. And you said she saved on a preset. I'm going to save this as a preset too. Shield Dem. Free to play just for today. Okay. Now down here, we're going to want to look for HP or defense rings. There you go. Big HP and defense boost. So we'll equip that. Defense neck, great. And then I would prefer probably an HP banner, but obviously with speed. Get some good rolls here. Not the best, but not the worst. We lose a lot of speed if I do this, so we're going to keep this one. Now, you'll be able to min-max this. 56,000 HP. If we go over to my main account, my shield set champion, which is my Oella here, is not that far off. 64,000, and you have a better team than I do. So, we can keep that in mind here, okay? So, let's equip that preset. You may have to change your accessories again for the speed for Demitha if you go back to your old team, but... this game, man. This game. Primary stats. What is a set that I would not want to keep this stuff on? Hold up. Hold the phone here. Okay. That should have made enough room for me to equip the preset. Yeah, I know, right? I thought about that too. For Wixwell, I I don't know that we can get him in a reflex set. I don't think we need it. We're running 4 extenders in my head. So I'm not even going to worry about reflex. I am just going to worry about speed and defense percent. All right. I'm just trying to make. Oh yeah, that won't roll defense percent. Stone Skin is really good in this case. 233 speed. Now, your defense is pretty low. I am a little worried about the shield not being great here. But we're going to work with what we have. Just to see if we can, if the team will work. That's the main thing that we're looking at here, is to see if the concept of the team will work. And was Mikage geared? Kind of. Okay. So who did we talk about? We talked about Wixwell. I'm using Wixwell for his aura, unless Krisk has an aura that's better. Feel free to let me know, guys. He does not. Okay. Mikage. Demitha in his shield set, and then Ninja. Alright, I'm going to take it off auto here. And... oh, let me do a team setup for this, actually. So we want Wixwell in the lead because we want his shield set. Or, alright, we want his defense boost. The rest of the order kind of matters, but it also kind of doesn't. So, what we need to do, this needs to be the first. He opens with this, okay? But this is the priority, because we want that extending constantly going off. For Lady Mikage, she's 176 speed. He's 233 speed. Is he the fastest? He is. Good. That's important to note, because we want to prioritize that and make this second. We will never metamorph. Do not transform. She needs to stay in this form, okay? But extending that buff is far more important than anything else. Then you have Krisk. This is the buff extender, right? So that's the priority. Speed on all allies. We want that. So that would be number... Actually, we only need to use that once. Which is kind of crazy. Because it doesn't do any damage. So what I'm going to have us do, I think we have the wiggle room here. We're going to make that an opener. And then, but this is the priority, and then we're going to not use this again. So we're going to place that speed, and we're going to give ourselves, everyone's going to be under increased defense. We bring that ourselves. I don't need to bring an increased speed champ. I have one in Krisk. We literally. On all allies except this champion for 2 turns. That's fine. That's not going to mess it up. Ally Protect will reduce the damage that the shield takes. There is a chance that Krisk might die, but I don't think that's going to happen. Because the shield is going to become so big, in my opinion. We'll find out. I've never done it this way. I don't actually think that we want to use this. So we're going to say don't use. And this is the buff, the buff extender. And so that's a primary, okay? For Ninja, use that whenever it's up. Use this to refresh the cooldown. Pretty basic there, okay? Let's just see what happens, right? Pretty basic Wixwell team. Hey, Frobin, thank you for becoming a member. We were just talking to you in Discord. All right. We will start on auto. And we're going to see what this does. I'm going to... I turned it off on auto, actually. So you see how there's 2 shield buffs on everybody there, right? There's the checkerboard shield, and then there's the other shield that's straight up and down. That's the 2 different shield buffs that I'm talking about. And that's why half of their HP bar is shields right now. So we're going to put it back on auto. That's Krisk's shield. Okay. That first shield that's on everybody, that's Krisk's shield. What he just applied is smaller than Krisk's shield. So... Oh, did I say don't use that again? I may have messed up. We actually want to use that every time it's off cooldown because this applies the intercept, which will stop the stun. But let's see how it goes, okay? Alright. Increase buff duration. Everybody's shield got bigger, and the number on the shield got extended, right? So we can see all that. Let's keep it going here. We're mostly wanting to verify proof of concept. I am not interested in the damage that we're doing right now. His damage is going to be very bad. Champions are not built right. I did not turn it off. Good. Okay. Yeah, there it is. You can see. So that is our stun stopper, okay? Is the intercept. That prevents us from getting stunned. There's buff extension. Buff extension. Wixwell is a lot faster right now, too. So we want to keep that in mind. Wixwell teams are my favorite thing to build. They really, truly are. So we're making sure, what I'm doing is I'm making sure in the testing phase that all these shields are still up. That no one is taking it too much damage, that one of the shields falls off. Because then he can't extend them both, and that character will eventually die. Now, there's a point of, like, critical mass, almost, where the shield becomes so big that the bars get really teeny tiny. And that's how you know it's working. So the only concern I have for the shield falling off of somebody in a build like this is whoever the stun target is. Notice how Mikage's shield is smaller than everyone's else because she's been the stun target, right? That stun does a ton of damage. And it can kill champions. It can destroy one of the shields, which will inevitably kill the champion.
Shoot him, Kevin!
Hey, Jacko DeWitt, thank you for the subscription. And these shields are big, but they haven't hit that kind of critical mass point yet that I'm talking about. Also, keep in mind, our Wixwell is way too fast. It's not a problem because we have 5. There it is. That's the critical mass. See how tiny those bars are? I don't know if they come across on screen for you guys. But that means everything's working. Now you can see Mikage's isn't doing that yet, where everyone else's kind of is. There, see, Demitha has it now. Krisk we're just waiting on. The reason Krisk isn't doing it is because he has too much HP. So his shield is... that HP portion of that bar is just so much bigger, it's hard to condense it down. And there you go. Yep, it works. That, to me, is the indicator that the shields are all big enough that we're not going to have any more problems. Okay? So this is the Infinity team, right? This is the Wixwell Infinity team in the basicest of versions. Could you run another damage dealer in here? Absolutely you could. I would do a Rathalos usually. What I find, I think your ninja's accuracy is too low right now. Let's watch him, because I'm noticing that there are no debuffs on the boss. Use your burn already, my guy. What's going on? Yeah, a lot of resisted there. That's going to hurt his damage quite a bit, okay? I have a question for you, Angelo. Is Quick Battle unlocked on this? It should be. He said he's... Oh, no, it was a 2 key, right? It was unlocked? No, it's not, says Angelo. Okay. Yeah, lower difficulty probably. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to let this run. Now, this will go for like 40 minutes. We're going to let it run for a little bit, and we'll come back and check on it and see what we're looking at, okay? Because what we're going to talk about next, I don't need to be on your account for. Because we're going to talk about building champions. Now, you are in a habit right now of crit rate gloves. That is great for a new account. For an account of your player power, I don't think that you need to be doing crit rate gloves anymore, okay? So when you evolve an account into this kind of next phase, what you're looking at is crit damage gloves and finding crit rate on all the other pieces to make up for that loss of crit rate. It's harder to build, but you get far larger stats. So, for example, Androck the Glorious, I have him in crit rate gloves. Now, I don't really care about his crit rate that much. I do it for turn meter boosting purposes, because then his attacks will give turn meter, but you'll see his crit damage is far lower. And again, I'm not building him for that, so he's not in a crit damage amulet or anything. In fact, let's try this. I think I have a better way to figure this out. So no, I want this. I want this filter. Yes. Okay. Equipped. Primary stat. Crit rate gloves. Now you can see I don't run a lot and I don't keep a lot. But let's take a look at a legitimate nuker that I might build in crit rate. Yeah, here's Dithy. So we can look at Dithy. So I'm able to get 209% crit damage. This is not a top tier build. This is probably a C tier build, right? He's only built for faction wars. Don't read too much into this stuff here. Yes, the ninja needs more accuracy flakes. You are completely correct. And we'll address that. We'll let that team run for a little bit. If I can unlock his quick battle, you know, I want to do that for him and then save him 100 gems, right? While we talk about building champions, okay? So that's crit rate gloves and what I'm able to do. But then when you do crit damage gloves and you still hit those crit rate numbers, right? 348. Okay, 4-star blessing, you could say that, right? That's easy to hit that blessing when you, or that amount when you have a 4-star blessing. So who do I have that is a 3-star blessing that does damage? First world problems, right, guys? Trying to find somebody. There we go. My Wukong. So my Wukong, 285% crit damage, 100% crit rate, almost 6,000 attack. Crit damage gloves. Right? So I'm keeping pieces that have crit rate and crit damage on them. And then preferably speed and whatever main stat, right? A perfect piece, in my opinion, like a perfect weapon, is going to be crit rate, crit damage, speed, and attack percent. You can't go better. That is the best possible weapon that you, in my opinion, that you could put on an attack-based nuker. Now, if it rolls quad speed, okay, that's probably not going to get on your nuker because you don't have enough crit rate. But, you know, if that was to roll one in each thing, or double crit rate, double attack, or crit rate, crit damage, attack, I mean, you know, versions of that will make the cut and get placed onto a champion, right? Don't be afraid to put... Well, sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's go back and focus on that, right? So, crit damage gloves, preferably with crit rate on them to try and minimize the impact to your account. We'll go... I know Peckham. I know I can save him the gems. I will save him the gems if we deem it necessary, but I want to see what the team is going to do. I want to see, while we're talking about this, I want to see how high his damage will get with a poorly built ninja that he can easily fix when we go back, you know, over to the account. So I figure I'll let it run while we talk about this, just to kind of give him the concept of building his champions in crit damage gloves. So, now, lethal gear makes this far easier. Why? Because it gives you 10% crit rate out the gate. I also want to point out a couple of things about building your champions that I noticed, right? So, you had somebody in 6 pieces of Savage. That is useless. Don't do that. Well, you can do that, but I want you to understand that there is no benefit. It's a 4-piece set. So if you have someone in 6 pieces of Savage, you're doing a couple of things. One, you're taking 2 pieces of Savage gear away from another nuker, which is not good. 2, you're wasting those 2 slots and probably using suboptimal gear if you're only choosing to pick Savage, right? Like you're getting it in your head 6-piece Savage, and instead of giving them a potential second set that matches, I tend not to run like here Perception on my Ninja, right? I'm able to do that Perception gear because I'm running 4 pieces of lethal, and that gets me the accuracy I need to hit on Clan Boss. And again, 3-star blessing here, crit damage gloves with crit damage roll, crit damage neck with crit damage roll, 297% crit damage. I'd like that to be higher, but I'm okay taking a hit to that number because I'm ignoring defense. And that, what I was going to say earlier, and I stopped myself, it's okay for damage dealers like Ninja to be put in ignore defense gear. Yes, most of his damage is from burns and stuff like that. If you can get the accuracy level you want, ignoring defense will add to his damage output, and this will continue. This will be good for your build on him, okay? So, crit damage gloves, and then still find a way to hit crit rate. Now keep in mind, every single champion, every nuker that you build is going to get 5% crit rate. So you only need to find 95% crit rate, or even less than that, right? Because you start with a base crit rate of 15%. So you only need to find 80% crit rate across those items, and Slayer gear can sometimes come in and fill that gap and give you that extra squeeze that you need. So keep that in mind about Slayer gear. Also, if you manage to match the 2-piece set, you then also get 15% more crit damage. And even better if you can get the 3-star bonus and get that speed. So, let's go back and take a look at what the clan boss is doing. So, 31 million so far. I don't think we're anywhere close to 1,500 turns yet. It's been going for 15 minutes. You're going to have to let this run once. But what I would do you mind if I... Do you want me to save the key, or do you just want me to cancel the run? Now that we know that it works. Save the key? Okay, we'll save the key. So here's what I'm going to do. A little insider trick for you. When you're testing this team and you're trying to min-max it, crash your game. So I went ahead and crashed your account. We're going to... I'm going to block out screen while I log into your account because I don't want your information leaked here. No, because I think your math might be wrong because you're counting clan boss turns and it's 1,500 total turns for everybody. That actually might not do enough damage, if I'm honest with you. But we're going to rebuild his ninja and we're going to get it to where we need it to be. Honestly, with Krisk, you still need a shield set on somebody, and I don't want that shield set to be on a Krisk or a Mikage. They're too good. I don't want to hold them back with that kind of stuff. Which is why I was like, we're going to use a Demitha here. But you'll notice you did not lose your key. Okay? So we're able to crash the game. You get to keep your key. And we are just going to do a double check here. Yeah, quick battle is locked. Okay. You could also do it with Geomancer, but the reason that I like Mikage and Ninja together is because Mikage is a buff extender, and she ramps Ninja up very quickly. So let's take a look at Ninja's kit here. So this part of his kit increases his attack up to 100% and his crit damage up to 25% every single time, each time a single enemy is hit by all 3 of Ninja's active skills in a single round. This effect can occur multiple times against the same enemy. When fighting bosses, will increase Ninja's attack percent by 20% up to 110. So it goes faster against bosses, is the idea here. Mikage attacks one enemy with one random ally from the Shadowkin faction, which is Ninja. The ally joining attack will use their default skill. He takes a lot of turns with Mikage. And when his damage ramps up to full, he hits very hard. The burn does a lot of damage, but then he also does a lot of damage. And so by putting him in ignore defense and other gear sets, you're going to get that level of damage out of him that he can solo that. He can be your only damage dealer for the fight. You don't need a shield set if you have enough stats. So keep in mind what Matt said. Now, I have never, ever in my life tested a Wixwell team without a shield set on a champion. So I do not know that it works, and I am not going to build a team that I don't know that works. And your stats, while they should be really good, your account is young still, and therefore a little weak when it comes to your base stats, right? So I would use the shield set for now. Plus, the 4th buff extender makes it that much easier to build. You don't have to worry about speeds. I'll give you an example. So one of the problems that you can run into with the team is that if one of your buff extenders is super fast, they will outrun their buffs. Okay? My Mikage is 352 speed, but my Wixwell is only 267 speed. She has almost 100 speed more. She would eventually outrun her buffs, and I've tested that. She did. I just didn't care that she outran them because the team would still do the max damage. When I added that 4th extender in Androck, that no longer happens. So keep that. I just want you to understand the concept of the team because you've not run a Wixwell team before. So, and I would recommend Lady Mikage in full protection whenever you get the chance to do so. Also, that's good, Matt. Matt's a regular in here. I trust him. I believe him. It's a matter of I'm putting my name on it. So I'm not going to put my name on something that I have not personally tested. But now that you've said that, I'm going to give my clan boss team another look and see if I can't take out Oella and throw in somebody else and see if, because Androck is bringing a lot of extra stats that I didn't have before. So we'll see. But anyways, let's go back and talk about your ninja here, okay? So, I don't have Mad Hatter on my account at all. I did not go for the fusion, and it does not look like they went for the fusion on this account either. So, unfortunately, I cannot try Mad Hatter. But in principle, yes, if he's a buff extender, but any buff extender works regardless. All right, let's focus up now because we need to really help out Angelo here, okay? Let's see if we can get him a build. So we want speed as the primary stat. We would like, in a perfect world, crit rate. Actually, let's start with crit damage gloves. I like to have crit rate as a substat on them. Let's go feral for that. It's a pretty reasonable piece. I'd like to see attack percent on it. I wonder if there is one here that has attack percent. All right. We're going to stick with the feral piece because you've ran it. You've leveled it. And we need the extra accuracy. Like already, that one piece shot our accuracy up crazy high. And I don't think we have an accuracy banner on this faction. And when I looked earlier, so now we have that determined, right? So primary stat, I'm going to do a attack percent chest. We're going to look for crit rate and crit damage. And how about a little bit of speed? Yeah. That looks perfect. I'm going to take it to 16. We're going to try that on. Okay? So right now, that brings us to... We're actually still... Oh no, that takes us to 68% crit rate. So now we're going to look for speed. We're going to look for crit rate, crit damage, attack percent. But we really want to try and find a good set here. So I really love these gloves. I don't want to get rid of these gloves. And I actually really like these boots. We're going to take them at 12 if they roll good. Okay. So we're going to change our chest now. We're going to take that off. We're going to go back and find a better chest. Because I think that feral set right there is very, very good for what we're trying to do. So we're going to look for attack percent with crit rate. I'm going to include equipped here. We're going to look for chests. All right, well, we're definitely going to take this off of Geomancer because, first of all, you don't want attack percent on Geomancer. Second of all, Savage Gear is wasted on Geomancer, and this is a far better piece than you would ever want on your Geomancer. We can get away with a much better piece on a Geomancer, so we're going to take that off Geomancer. So we're at 82% crit rate, 239% crit damage. We're faster at 171 speed, and we're actually a little bit more attack right now as it stands. So now, we're going for the top 3 here. We want crit rate on it, crit damage, attack percent, and we're looking for Savage. Do we have it? I don't want to nerf your Harima too much here. And this piece that's on Astralon is interesting. However, the crit rate on what is on her is better. And this is just a better piece for your attack-based nuker. Obviously, this can't roll defense percent, right? But I have a feeling we can build Harima probably in something better. Also, remember, Harima already has 6 pieces of Savage. So if we take one off of her, her set is still complete. We just need to find really high crit rate weapon to complete her set. So we're going to take this off. And put this on. And now we are at 96% crit rate. So we are on a great track. Let's take off the attack percent requirement. Adjust our filters again. And look at Savage Gear. And we're going to look, no more weapons. So this gets us the crit rate that we need. And we're going to go ahead and use that. So now we are at the crit rate that we need. So we no longer need the crit rate limitation. We want crit damage. We would prefer attack percent. Doesn't exist, okay? What about speed? And accuracy. Yeah, this piece, I love it. Oh, but we're losing too much crit rate. So ooh, that's going to be tricky. We're kind of running into a jam here. So let's put this on. Yeah, you had a really, really high crit rate helmet on him. Interesting. All right, so now we're going to adjust things a little bit further, and we are going to prioritize by crit rate. What is your highest crit rate item? So this has far more crit rate, but less good stats, but it is Savage. And now we're back to where we were, right? We're good. This build, now, way less attack. Slayer wouldn't have gotten us what we needed, but I did consider Slayer. Why do we have such less attack, than where we would probably like to be? We have an attack percent chest, right? Attack percent here. I think with the rolls and everything that you do in it, let me save this as a preset. I'm really confused about why his attack is so low. Oh, that's right. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Accessories, of course. Could have got better rolls there. I'm going to take it to 16 for the purposes of really seeing the true power of this build. What's up, Jane? How you doing? Ooh, okay. Well, let's tinker a little bit here. Oh, it's attack. Darn it. Didn't I? I did substat crit damage. My bad. There we go. We'll get there. We'll get there about his banners and stuff. Okay, guys, just relax. I promised no judgment. Okay. All right, I wanted to try that on to see if we could go back and get that helmet again. That didn't want to work for us earlier. I went past it. I think it was equipped. No, we still lose too much crit rate by putting this helmet on. So I would actually prefer you running this one. Because right there, that accuracy roll, okay? I was mostly trying to see if we could squeeze in a little bit more damage. But this one is better. So we're 103% crit rate, 269 crit damage, 229 accuracy. What do we need for clan boss, guys? Was it 250? I think you guys said, right? Now the banners is where we're going to run into some trouble. Because you do not have you have one accuracy banner with no speed. That gets us to our goal. But do we have an attack banner with speed? That's not terrible. Wait, was that a Slayer one? Shoot. That's kind of interesting now. Yeah, that's pretty interesting. So if we put that on... and we put this on... 284% crit damage because we're getting the 2-piece bonus out of it. I like that a lot. Now, accuracy is still pretty low, but they're making great points in the chat about glyphing accuracy here. Good roll. I'll glyph that higher because that can go much higher. Yeah, I was going to say 7 or bust. And we do lose some of that accuracy. We're at 210. Are you okay if I ascend? You don't have a lot of these resources. I'm going to answer this question real quick, too. So Zigny asked, just as a question, is there a reason I don't use Hades Optimizer while doing takeovers? I have more fun doing them this way. I know that seems really, really weird. I enjoy building this way. And I have found that what tends to happen when I use the optimizer is it will focus in on gear change. Like, I don't know. Usually I can make that call on the fly of what I want to keep or sacrifice, right? So, is this going to be the best possible build for his account? Probably not. But I'm also teaching him, because I'm with some more of a coaching session, I'm teaching him the habits of like, if you just learn how to use the optimizer, great, but are you learning what you're looking for in a banner? So that next time he goes to cleanse or sell banners, he's going to remember, oh yeah, I want to keep certain banners, right? Because of this, this, and that. So, I don't know. It's the way I do it. I know it's weird. Yeah, I'm trying to do exactly what you guys are talking about as far as the ascending stuff here. Here's the thing. I ain't mad at it either, though. Attack percent on an attack percent chest in Savage. Instant 6-star that boy up, man. 4,400 attack. 229 accuracy. But I think we're going to do a lot more damage. Now, of course, you would also want to ascend these. We did not get the roll there. I'm definitely not going to re-roll any of your stuff. But if they can roll crit damage... Oh! Oh, baby! All right, so let's take a look now at what we've done to your ninja. Let's review, all right? So, went from 3,500 to almost 4,500 attack. We have not glyphed your attack at all. Speed went from 152 up to 188. Crit rate, still 100%, but look at how much we almost have 300% crit damage. This is not fully capped, and this is not fully capped. Your ninja is gonna smack. We also made up for the accuracy issue. With your permission, can I equip this gear, and we're gonna run again. No pinpoint ring. Yeah, we don't have pinpoint gear on this account. Speed will get to 200 with glyphing. Absolutely. In fact, let's just try to ascend this here. Let's max this out. We're not going to... This is a habit that I have. You're welcome to do what you want with this. HP percent, not the worst roll, right? It'll give you stats. However, I don't take anything to 6-star in gear unless it's the roll that I want, so that I'll know when I go look at it later, I can re-roll it. Does that make sense? But let's try and max everything out here that we can. I'm not worried about the accuracy, guys. I'm not. Like, don't get me wrong. We're like, he may miss some hits, but we're working with what we have here. I cannot imagine a better build than kind of what we've made. Now, I'm not going to completely max this out, but you would want to take that to 5 stars. I'm not going to use your big... I feel really bad using your big speed, so I'm just going to use your little ones because, like I said, you have too many of these, so I don't mind doing this. Is this a money thing? Like, do you have so many of these because you get them when you buy stuff? I never have... Or do you just not enchant anything? That could be it, too. Hey, what's up, Hyper? You can't buy them, just Forge Pass? Okay, and he just doesn't use them. Is because I would never have as many as he has on his account. All right. In a perfect world, you'd be using the full version of it, right? Again, I just don't feel comfortable using your top stuff, man. I'm sorry. I'm not going to take that beyond the low-level stuff there. I'm sure at some point I'll get far more comfortable at account takeovers and be like, oh, yeah, no, I'm going to spend all your stuff, dude. Sorry. But I'm not there yet. Now, the other thing I want you to understand about this team that we've built is the Mikage Ninja combo is useful in many, many areas of the game. Oh, wait till you look at my forge. No, I'm just as guilty of what I think you're about to have me look at. But the Ninja Mikage, you can use Ninja Mikage in this build in Hydra. All right. We're going to go ahead and equip it. We are almost at 5,000 attack, which I think is pretty good for this account. 229 accuracy. Again, not great. We could definitely get more speed out of the build with better glyphs if I used them. All right, we're going to hit equip here. Let's just for the sake of it, because we have some silver left over. Oh, let's go, baby. That's what I was hoping for. There you go. Get that little bit of extra accuracy, man. Is Ninja Mikage better than Harima Mikage and Hydra? I do believe Ninja Mikage is better. I like Harima Mikage better because my Harima is just built so much better than my Ninja. Because I have a lot of attack-based nukers on my account, which means all that really good attack gear is going to my Thors and my other, like, PvP nukers. Harima has my best defense nuker gear, so she's just better than my ninja. But in a perfect world, if my ninja was built as well as my Harima, I believe that he out damages her. I'm not 100% sure about that. Also, blessings are a thing. I have a better blessing on my Harima than I do on my ninja. To answer your guys' questions. But we are talking about this account here. We have ninja now. So we're going to go ahead and run this on Clan Boss. That same team that we just built. Team number 4. I named it something special. If you're really concerned about the accuracy, you can also bring that down. We're not taking any damage. We're not worried about that. All right, let's start it on auto. We could have done relics. Look, he can min-max on his own time. He asked me to build him an Ultra Nightmare Clan Boss team, and that's what I'm doing here. How fast was Mikage? I don't know how fast his Mikage was, but it was not very fast. Now, we are not going to run this run to its conclusion. But already, we are on a good pace. No resistance is there, right? Monkey is really good. I like Monkey a lot. Is he planning to make an unkillable team? No, he is not, because he has a Wixwell team, which is what I built for him right here. This is a Wixwell team. I had the same thought, Mikolaj, if it was good damage, but 70 turns is still like 20 minutes, and we're below a 1 million per turn pace. So, I don't think we're going to let it go to the end, but just know this is a 1-key unkillable. I can already tell you right now. You will very easily do over 70 million with this account, or with this build. And keep in mind that Mikage is poorly built. Wixwell is poorly built. Demitha's barely built. Like, I don't think anything on her is over 12 except for boots. There's a lot of min-maxing to be had in this team. Does she need accuracy? Does who need accuracy? Yes, Mikage need. Well, Mikage's weak hitting on this affinity. Because I am noticing that she's not extending those buffs as much as I'd like with her A2. That's a 3%er, because Wixwell had accuracy to land, but we don't need Wixwell to land decreased attack, so honestly that doesn't matter. We don't even need to talk about it. Because we're landing the decreased attack from Krisk. I'm looking to see if Mikage... So Mikage extends debuffs too, and I'm waiting to see if she does. A little bit of a resist in there, but, you know, we know, right? We need more accuracy. I think she extended there. Okay, either way, we've seen all that we need to see. You now have an unkillable team. Okay. So I saved you the key. Run that key. It's going to take you 30, 40 minutes. You're going to get instant quick battle unlocked. And now you're going to be good to go moving forward. We are going to log back onto your account. I'm going to block this out. I do that for other play. Just to be completely protective of anybody that I'm doing an account takeover on. I don't want to risk. There's no vulnerable information there, but regardless, I always do that. Because there's one last thing that we really, really need to talk about, and it's how badly you are harming your account with a couple of poor choices, okay? So, with Wixwell and his blessing, I would go with Intimidating Presence. That's going to increase his defense and increase his shield. Now, sorry, you went on ad? I'm sorry. You're good, you're good, you're good. I wanted to talk about blessings because you're making a lot of errors, in my opinion, with your blessing choices. So I really kind of wanted to have a conversation about that. So you have got Arbiter here with a 6-star blessing, and you're choosing Brimstone. That is a mistake. If you're using Arbiter in PvE with this account, that's a mistake. And this is a PvE blessing. This is designed to do damage against bosses. You're not going to gain any benefit from this in Arena. The blessing you want is Intimidating Presence, because this increases her aura by 35% and weakens the enemy aura by 20%. You don't even use her. Okay. Well, we're going to change that. No. Okay. I think I can beat this team. We will see. So my Arbiter is the fastest champion I have on my entire account. 354 speed. I think she's just slower than my whatchamacallit. My cow. Bolant. Free walker right here. But this is a speed team. You know what? I think I have one with Thor. Maybe not. I feel like Thor could pull this one off. We'll do it with Thor. I might embarrass myself here, but I'm okay with that. So why do I want such a fast Arbiter? So I go first. You can see I went first before they did. I give myself turn meter, and now I have control of this fight. What can they do? Right? I'm not even going to polymorph. I've got control of the fight. I kill everybody. That is called a go first team. Easiest team in the game to make, in my opinion. I don't even have decreased defense in that team, by the way. But the ideal build for an arena team, you said change it. I will change it. I'll change your blessing to Intimidating Presence. Now, the ideal team that you're going to do in Arena is going to be Arbiter into a Lockout something champion, whatever, into decreased defense into your nuker. So, like, you've got Madame Saris here. So if I was to build, like, a very basic arena team, I'm glad to see you're gold 5. I run into that a lot where I see a lot of people that aren't gold 5. Like this team right here. Now, Kaimar's aura is good, and I kind of see what you're going for here. But Kaimar doesn't have that blessing, and the aura is the same as Arbiter. And she's got the blessing. So she's reducing the speed aura of Wukong and increasing her speed aura. Then I would go either control or lockout in Warlord. And yeah, Leo as your nuker is fine. And in this team, I would go Lydia over Madame Saris personally because of her passive. And we'll go with this team. And let's see how fast we are. Because remember, your Arbiter is still kind of slow. But let's see how good we are with that aura. Yep, we still went first. So she gives everyone turn meter, and now everybody, regardless of their speed, gets to go next. Take away their turn meter. We now have control of this fight. I'm going to polymorph her since she didn't get stunned. Which is the bigger hitter for him, by the way? I don't have a Leo. Well, you saw it right then and there, right? There you go. Now, do you have to run a speed team? No. The team that you had is totally fine. But I want you to understand the purpose of that. Blessings are very important on champions. Now, furthermore, we have a Geralt Blood Maul. And I want to be clear about what you're putting them in, okay? So you're saying that every time she attacks, she decreases the target defense by 4% per hit, up to 40% for champions and up to 20% for bosses. So if essentially reducing the defense of the boss by 20%. Or every hit will ignore a percentage of the target's defense, will ignore 1% of defense for every 10 levels. That adds up so freaking fast. You have no idea. This is one of the most broken blessings in the game. You know those videos that you watch from other content creators where you see them doing these crazy numbers with these champions and you're just like, why can't I do that? It's because you don't have this blessing. Change it. All caps. All right. There you go. Crushing Rend. This is your account right now. I hope you're not getting upset with me. I hope you're not feeling like I'm attacking you. I'm trying to simply teach you and let you know. Now, for 5-star and lower, I do like Soul Reap on my nukers. 6-star Blessing, I want Crushing Rend. And I have that only on one champion on my account, and that is my Seer. On my main account. Now let's talk about Harima. An attack banner, she's a defense-based nuker. All of her damage is based on defense. So you want to look at this stuff, okay? She's a defense-based nuker. You're on our account? Yeah. Yeah, THC, we'll talk about that in a second. I was just going Leo because that's who he had picked. His Geralt is built really poorly, in my opinion, and we'll talk about that in a second. So, all of the same principles apply to Harima that we've talked about. Um, you want crit damage gloves, right? And find a way to get the crit rate elsewhere. I do like defense on the chest. Always for a nuker, which Harima is, crit damage on that amulet. Defense is not giving her enough, right? And then defense on the banner. There could be an argument for accuracy, but I build her as a nuker. I actually don't count on this provoke. I know some people use her as their provoker in Hydra. I personally don't. Nothing against it. It's just not the way I build my Harima. If we show my Harima really quickly. Only 188 accuracy, right? But 7,000 defense. And 348% crit damage. One of my best built champions on my whole account, to be completely honest with you. And again, we're doing a defense banner that has speed and a triple defense roll. So, back over to your Harima here. One of my favorite champions in the game. I would build her. I would use her. Very, very good. You have some really good options for go second teams. The biggest problem that I'm going to have doing your account takeover here is that I don't have Lazarius. Dude, thank you. I don't know if you guys caught that on the screen because it's kind of faint, but Priest Guardian just donated $276. I got to look for him on the global leaderboards. And I got to hold back these freaking tears. I guess you're not on it yet, right? It's the Champion Chase leaderboard you're saying for tomorrow? Tomorrow, okay. Wow. I am speechless right now. That the fact that I get to go, look, my wife is very supportive of this, but she's also not a full believer that I can do this. Not that she doesn't believe in me, but it's an unreliable medium for a career, right? The fact that I get to go to my wife and say, "Hey, I made $276 today." It just changes my whole. It just changes everything for me, man. Thank you. From the bottom of my heart, thank you so much. That I can't put into words. Without getting too distracted here. Because I don't want to forget about your takeover. Frobbins, if you're in chat, I apologize. We are not going to get to your takeover today. I do apologize for that. But you are first in line next Thursday. Frobbins, you're getting that takeover, all right, my guy? Oh, you have a Newt. We should talk about that build too. Same thing with Newt. Yeah, so you can see, like, you have 195% crit damage. Crit damage means so much more on a Newt, right? Because his damage, while it does scale on defense for some of it. This is off enemy max HP. So you want as much crit damage as you can so that you hit the cap. There is a cap on enemy max HP. That's why I don't like Newt in Clan Boss personally, because he can only do so much damage. There's no cap on how much damage other damage dealers can do. Hey, first fan, thank you for the subscription. So that's the kind of stuff to keep in mind, right? But you have the basics down, which I like to see. I see a lot of time where people don't have speed boots. They run flat stats on the chest. But you are at the point now where I think you can get away with crit damage on that. Are you running a Godseeker? Yes, you are. I can already tell. You're running a Godseeker team, probably in Sand Devil, right? Oh, you're not. Are you familiar with the Sand Devil team, Angelo? I'm waiting for Angelo's response, and while we wait for that, we'll go do... I just want to see if you're familiar with this team. You know you can auto with that team, though. So the thing is, autoing at that level, first of all, it's a 3-minute run. That's taking a lot of time. So very basic concept for a team here. We die, and Neri reses herself, reses him. The res reduces cooldown, which means that every time he dies and she brings him back, he has his cooldown back up. Right? So the reason your run is taking 3 minutes is because his cooldown may not always be up. She's going to revive him, cooldown, refresh, big hit again. So I got 6 of his enemy max HP hits in just off of that, right? Now, why is Godseeker the lead? She doesn't have an aura. She's the lead because otherwise her self-revive will revive Newt and then she'll stay dead. So she's the lead. She self-revives herself. Then she revives Newt, giving him his cooldown back. And then he gets to go. And you'll see it's around like a minute something, a minute some odd run. So this is, in my opinion, you could also do this with Ninja, but the affinity here is not great. Newt is positive affinity to Force. So this is really easy for him. Plus, he's defense-based, so he's not going to die again during this phase. If he dies during this phase and she revives him before she gets revived, it throws everything out of balance. Actually, yeah, because her self-revive would apply to him. But this is why you want to farm at this level. Chaos Dust. That's why you want to farm at stage 25. The other team I want to show you, I have a video on this very team. So does Odd One Gaming. I found it from him, and I made my own video on it too. Because you, as far as I can tell, are not doing Shogun at a high level. So this team is all rares. So Unkillable goes on him. He takes the hit, cannot die. He's unkillable. Cleanse from her. And then 2 Cold Hearts doing the damage with their enemy max HP nukes. Shogun is easy. Don't even need a team comp. I am not as good as you, THC, unfortunately. This team I needed on both my accounts, my main and my free to play. I needed this team in order to be able to do Shogun at stage 25. But it does it. It does it in a minute 10 seconds. Love this team, and I recommend it to everybody because it's the easiest team in the game to get and make. Paragons, we get them all the time. Cold Hearts, I mean, you know, and Gnarlhorn is campaign farmable, I believe. I could be wrong. I think, actually, I might be wrong about that, but still. Surely on your main, you can just throw a team together? No, man, I wasn't able to just throw a team together. Maybe now. I mean, I built that team a long time ago. Maybe now because I have larger blessings on some champions, but I actually lack a lot of really good blessings. The team is called the All Rare Shogun team. So, Matt, this account is only as old as Deliana, and to be honest, I mean, it could certainly be better, but I mean, look, when you find a team like that, I don't need to do anything different. It's a minute team and it's all rares. I don't have to take gear off of anybody, you know. I don't have to hit speed, you know. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. You just need 2 damage dealers, both strong affinity, and 3 strong supports. One has to put out shields. Gotcha. 50 plus are watching right now. 50 people watched me cry on camera. Let's go. That's a new record, guys. Holy crap. Let's freaking go. Thank you so much, everybody, for all of the support. I really do appreciate it. On my free-to-play all day, I have Wixwell, Freya, Thor, Mikage, Padrig. Does it in just over a minute. No tune or anything. That's awesome. Jurthick, thank you for the follow. Dark Boon says 50 viewers, only 18 likes. Hit that like button, show them support. All you need to do is cry and you get views. You're right. That's the secret. That was the secret all along. I should have cried sooner. Oh man. But I wanted to show you those teams. And then yeah, okay. Use Mikage up here. So ally attack makes a big difference. I can do stage 10. I'm not going to do it because it's not 100%. And that's because I need to get better accuracy on... Actually, I think I might just take... No, I need Thor, yeah. But I just want to show you this team so you can kind of see where we're going with it, right? I do takeovers on Thursday. This account was the only one that signed up for it at the beginning today. This is the first time we're doing it on my channel. So we're just, we're trying to figure out how to get more people signed up. If you type !Discord, there is a channel in there where you can get signed up for it. So you can hop in there. You'll see a channel that says Takeover Thursday signups. I do have Frobins on the schedule for next week, and there's somebody else that put a comment in there today who I need to message. So, but yeah, you guys can get signed up for them. I'm going to try to keep them shorter than today's, but no one else had signed up, and I got so excited about this account. All right, let's talk about now here. So ally attack. So we're taking the shield down with the ally attacks, right? Obviously 2 newts, grain of salt, but understand what ally attack does for you here, okay? Because now that shield is gone, and this clan boss, or this Fire Knight will not get a turn. We are going to control this fight the entire time. Now, Thor lands decreased speed, which means this turn meter bar fills up even slower, allowing my nudes to not only decrease the speed, but also do enemy max HP damage. And so this is what you can kind of do. Skydoodle, or Jane, I need help with my Discord and figuring out a more effective way of getting people to apply to be on the Takeover day. Right now, I just have a pinned comment, but that's eventually going to go up, and people are just going to fill that chat up with BS. So any ideas will be appreciated. You guys are like my production team. But that's the concept behind ally attack, and I recommend using your Mikage in here as your ally attacker. And I bet you, if we just look, you have literally the same team. You just have one less Newt. You could throw in a Cryodin, a Neldor could do what that second Newt does. It's going to be a slower team. You could even use Farrakhan as another ally if you didn't want to use Padrig. By the way, Padrig being
Shoot him, Kevin!
Hey, Stephen Bark, thank you for the subscribe. Padrig being in your vault is criminal.
Shoot him, Kevin!
Yo, did I do something, Roadblock? What do you mean, Adib? Also, Joe Clemente, thank you for the subscribe.
Shoot him, Kevin!
Critical Telos, thank you for the follow. Adib, you did not do anything. If you're asking, chat has been crazy, and I'm doing an account takeover today, so I'm very flustered would be the right word, I feel like. I also, like, cried on camera, you know, and I'm very uncomfortable in my own skin right now, so... Let's see. I just want to do, because you have such great foundations on your account, so I really want to make sure I'm giving you the full business here. It is a bit crazy with demo puppers. You are absolutely right. You've got Lydia. That's awesome. I wish I could spend on an account like you probably have, and I'm not. I mean that in literally like the nicest way possible, because that is. I would love this roster of champions. Like, this is so cool. Okay, just bought all the ancient offers in Raid for tomorrow's summon event. That's awesome, Priest. I'm looking forward to seeing you up on that leaderboard, man. Thank you so much again. I think I did put it into words, and I hope those words get delivered. Yes, Adib, tomorrow is a 2x Ancients. It's in the news right here. Sorry, it's not in the news. It's right here. Doubling your chances of epic and legendaries. Gangsta Gummy Bear. I can't even play the game right now. This game is unplayable for me over half of the time. Once I run out of energy and ways to get any more energy, the game becomes unplayable for me. I'm sorry to hear that. I understand that, and that's definitely what I'm facing on my free-to-play challenge account. For me, it's gems is where I get that from, but I also just let this run. Trying to get resources, you know. You can obviously buy energy, you can use gems. There are other ways. I don't, you know, you don't have to do that. Rope RB, how is the free to play doing? Any shards to pull tomorrow? Yeah, I got one. I gained one back. We'll talk about that in my video today. What many people do is play multiple accounts. Yeah, that too, Matt. Yo, I upgrade COD. I don't... Coffin Smasher, do you think I did good? Look, Coffin Smasher is one of the best rares in the game, but the account that you've been describing to me for a few days, I think you're probably beyond a Coffin Smasher, to be completely honest with you. But he's one of the best rares for Clan Boss in the game, in my opinion. Thoughts on the new cat? Sounds interesting. I don't know enough about their kit. I would assume Skinwalker, right? That would make sense. Apparently, I assume wrong. Oh, that's right. Demon Spawn. Sometimes they don't make sense. Okay, it is kind of demonic looking. I'll give him that. I love the yeah, I mean, I think it's a good nuker. From what I hear, it's pretty good. I think it can solo some content, too, from what I heard on, I think, was it YST or SAF's stream yesterday? They said it could solo. It can solo Sand Devil. Yep, that's what I heard them talking about. Yeah. So, are there any other questions that you have, Angelo, before I go ahead and log off of your account here? And then here's what we'll do, guys. We'll log off the account and I'll hang out for another 45 minutes before I got to pick up my daughter. And we'll play. We'll just kind of talk. We can just chat. He made a vid on him. That's cool. I'll have to check that out. My mission. Okay, mission. We are on Vermont. We got... Oh, okay. So everything I told you is the answer to your arena woes. Okay, so... Like, Newt, not good in arena. You have a Siphi Rhodos, and you're not using Siphi with your Rhodos. Your Siphi needs to be with your Rhodos. They work together. They have a combo ability, so you need to make sure that you're using them together. They're gonna gain benefit from that, right? So, look, I'll just show you kind of the ease. Because I want to keep it kind of brief here. And it's just easier for me to talk about my account. I feel so guilty that all I ever do is talk about my account when I do takeovers, but I don't know how else to really do it. So, I run 3 teams. I have, yeah, Armand's is a better lead over Duchess as well. We'll by the way, that's a great point. This is my go second team. And I'm not telling you to build this team, but the idea here, everyone is in Stone Skin except Harima. I just don't have it for her yet. But against this go first team, I think I win. So we'll run that. This is my speed team. Okay, my Arbiter is the second fastest champion on my account. Torment is there to kind of stop the turn meter stealing from Armands. Then I run my own Armands, and then I beat them down with my nuker of choice, which is Rhodos. And then this is my Skinwalker's team. He's my fastest champion on the account. He is just a broken champion that nobody wants to talk about. I then lock them down. I bomb them in case they're in Stone Skin. And then Mezamel is my nuker. What's up, Josh? How you been, man? I bombed them. Yes. So I'm going to run this for you. And we're going to pause once we get in here. So this is a go second team, right? I'm going to let them go first. And they did all of that, right? Do I look any worse for wear? No. So this is a very tanky go second team. This is a concept for you that you can use in future builds. Harima does Harima things, right? And then the idea behind that is Mortu Macabre unlocks peril when he gets hit. And so I just try to... Now, I know a lot of you are going to hit me in the comments. Don't use UDK and Mortu Macabre together. I hear you. I want Mortoon to Macabre to take AoE hits. I don't want him to get single target hit by stuff that can ignore Stone Skin. I'd rather that happen to UDK, so that's why I do that. I understand that's not everybody agrees with that logic, but that's why I do that. Now, this team, I lost the speed battle, so, you know, grain of salt there. But we go ahead and do that, and then again, my nuker just takes everybody out. This is a basic speed team we just talked about. If I had Warlord or like you have, or I had a full aura, a full speed boost like you have the blessing for your Arbiter, I would win this fight. He had full blessing on his Armands. That's why he won. This is my favorite team. I love this team. I stun them. I decrease their defense. Then I bomb them. But what does this teach you? Build 3 individually good arena teams and then pick what you're going against. So, let me find a Marishka. There might not be one at this rank. Okay. Well, I don't see a Marishka, unfortunately. Why is that important? I would not want my bomb champion to go into a Marishka team, right? Because then that team would lose. Likewise, when I'm trying to line up my teams and what... Now, by the way, there is a better video, and I highly recommend this video. I don't know the name of the video, but I saw... It was like best tips for live arena or something from Boozer. And I don't follow some of his tips because I'm lazy. If you really want to push live arena, do it like he said. You're building new teams every fight. I'm too lazy for that. But this team is very fast. Look at that blessing, right? We talked about that. So I'm going to put my second team against that. But bombs. Bombs go through Stone Skin. I have a cleanser. He's relatively fast, so I feel safe with that, right? And I'm only going to walk you through my process. I'm not going to watch me lose that fight. Then here, let's say that this was my lineup when I started, right? This team works. This team does not work down here. Does anybody in the chat know why? I feel like such a teacher right now. Can anybody tell me why? Rhodos, a big counter for Rhodos is Ultimate Death Knight. Because Rhodos is a single target hitter. Do not run your Rhodos into an Ultimate Death Knight. Because he's negative affinity to Ultimate Death Knight means that he can weak hit. And it will always target, no matter who he tries to kill, he's always going to have to hit UDK until UDK is dead. And then, yeah, likewise, Tormund wrecks the Arbiter team too. So, now what do I do, right? So, okay, well, then we say this, right? I would go this team here because I'm not worried about the UDK, and this team has cleansing to avoid Tormund stuff. My super fast team, this is the fastest possible team I have on the account, so maybe I beat the Arbiter, and then this team should be fine against here because he goes through block damage, which we have there. So, I also love you, Emerald Block. Wife says dinner on the table, so I got to check out. But look for me on Global Leaderboard tomorrow for summons for Kitty Kitty. Love chat. I will definitely watch out for you on the Global Leaderboards, man. I owe you so much. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But think about this stuff, right? And you may not find a perfect solution. You may have to say, you know what? I think I'm just going to lose to this team. I actually think bombs into this works. I think single target with a cleanser works here because of bombs. And then we see who has the better Arbiter. You know what? We'll run it. Let's see what happens. I might lose these, but you're not facing teams this hard, by the way, because you're only trying to hit silver, too. I lost the speed battle, but Tormund did Tormund things, right? I got locked out still. That's not great. Yeah. I tried. I'm really to the point now where I think I need to get completely away from my speed team as it stands. Now, Harima won't do anything there because of the block damage, but if I get enough procs on my Mortu... Did I already cleanse? Yeah, I think I'm going to lose this one too. Sorry for the lag there. That was in-game. That wasn't my stream. I mostly wanted to provoke on him. I think we might be able to recover here. I don't know. Those bombs really did a number on me. There we go. Mortu Macabre for the win. I stopped Ryzoria. I stopped trying for gold 1, man. It was too stressful on me. I will say this. After the free-to-play challenge is over, I'll try for gold 1 again. Hopefully I'll have a better account by then. It's one of my... I've talked about it 1,000 times on my channel. I hate the way that they do the live arena stuff. The numbers don't make sense, and it makes me mad. All right. So I hope that helps you out a little bit. I would rebuild these teams, come up with 3 teams. Keep your Rhodos and Duchess together. Build your Rhodos the way that I was talking about. Crit damage, right? Keep in mind one thing about Rhodos. His damage is based on attack and HP. The higher multiplier is his attack. No flat, but you know that. I know you know that. Don't use flat attack. But yeah, I like an HP banner on my Rhodos because you do want him a little tanky. But everything else is kind of the same that we talked about for building champions. Dude, this guy was in his vault. So why do you vault so many champions? What is your inventory full of? Rares. Oh, why are all your rares on the account 30? Rank them up. If they're food, there's no reason not to rank them up, right? Dump your... Doesn't have to be your chickens. I like that you save chickens. I do too. But doesn't have to be chickens. You could dump the extra rares in there. I mean, you pulling up shards. You pulling up shards. I keep them all at 4 stars. So, like, this is all those 3 stars that you have that were ready to rank up. I rank them up. Obviously, do it during an event or a tournament, but all right. Well, I am gonna log off of your account because it's starting to slow me down. My computer's dying. But that was a great takeover. That was a great takeover. Give me 1 second, guys. I made a video. For some of the creators in the free-to-play challenge, and I need to... Thank you, Sammy. I just saw your message. I'll take a look at it in more detail later. All right. Yep, that's what I was doing before the takeover. Sorry for caps. Yeah, you're good to get back on your account. Talking about Hydra, would you 6-star a second Molly or first Bivald as a provoker for my second team? That is an incredible question. I feel like I might get heat on this one. I'm going to go 2 Mollies. Hey, it's no trouble, Angelo. Thank you for the content, man. I mean, look. Yeah, I'm the one that made the video today and did the live stream today, but we hit a record of viewers today, and that's because I was able to get really good content out of your account takeover. So, you know, just as much credit goes to you, man. Hey, YST, what's up, man? How are you doing? We just finished a takeover, and somebody was asking me the question. I'd love your take on it too, dude. So somebody asked, talking about Hydra, would you 6-star a second Molly or your first Bivald as a provoker for the second team? And I'm honestly leaning towards Molly. And I feel like I'm crazy to say that, but I love Molly so much. Make sure. Yep. Okay, we're still farming over there. I would personally go Bivald to diversify the account, but Molly is for sure a good shout out. That is a valid point too that I didn't really consider, right? Is making sure that you do get the exactly what he said, diversity on the account, right? You get more options if you were to do it. I have 2 Archer Queens, so I never built my Bivault. I actually just pulled him a couple of days ago for the first time on the account, and I've had Molly, she was my provoker for the longest time on Hydra. So, yeah, if you want diversity, then I would go for Bivault, but Molly, I love her so much. I do. She's so good. What's up, Nova? Good evening to you as well. The double AoE hits great for Cursed set too. That's an interesting point too. I don't run a lot of Cursed. I'm spoiled, right? When you have 2 archers, you really don't need to run Cursed that often. But that's an amazing point that I never would have even considered for Bivault. YST has convinced me. I would build Bivault and I would go Cursed set. I've been using Mishinaki in Provoke set. That's an interesting one. Serves you pretty well. That's awesome. No, I have my archers in my main archer queen is in Affinity Breaker. And then my second archer queen is in Reflex. I think she's in Reflex for, I don't know why she's in Reflex. I feel like she's in that for some area of content in the game, and I cannot for the life of me remember why. Thanks for the input. You're welcome. That's what we're here for. We're rounding down the stream. We've got about 20 minutes before I have to go pick up my daughter today. So yeah, keep the questions coming, guys. I figure we'll just do some questions because while I was doing the takeover, I didn't get as much time to answer all those questions. So I want to make sure that we get caught up on that because, making sure I talk to you guys is important for me. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I want to talk to Angelo about on my account, kind of give an insight there too. Favorite champion, most wanted champion in the game. I'll answer that with a couple of So my favorite aesthetics champion, like best looking champion in the game, I have him now finally. I finally pulled him, is Cardial. I think he's the best looking champion in the game. I absolutely love this guy. I'm a big, I like angelic themes. I'm not a religious person by any stretch, but I like Tyrael in Diablo, right? Yeah, Tyrael. Josh, thank you for the $10, man. 3 months. Good luck, dude. Good luck, man. I'm rooting for you. But yeah, I think I just love these angelic themes, and so Cardio is my favorite looking champion. My favorite overall champion in the game right now is Bolent Freewalker, and I always want to call him Bront Freewalker now. But Bolent Freewalker is it didn't say Genshin. Bolent, I think, is an incredibly slept on champion. I'm the biggest fan of this guy. Just listen to his kit. No one talks about this guy, and I've made a video on him. It didn't do very well, so people apparently don't like him. But obviously he's a faction unity champion, right? But on the A3, before attacking, he strips buffs. It's a 2x hitter, and each hit has a 100% chance to place a stun. Sometimes Armand's weak hit, and you don't get the benefits of the ability. He gets 2 chances, back-to-back weak hits. I mean, it'll happen, but it's less common, right? Then fills his turn meter for each stun placed, and that includes if he replaces the stun. So he actually gets a second turn, just like Armand's does. Oh, and by the way, he also ignores 50% of the target's resistance, right? On that stun ability. Then, when an ally uses multi-hit skills, increases the damage that they do. Whenever an ally hits an enemy, they have a 10% chance of placing a stun debuff, and that's whenever they hit. So multi-hitters are going to get that 10% often. If they inflict a critical hit, fills their turn meter by 5%, and they ignore 30% of defense against enemies under a stun debuff. He is amazing. HP based, so you can build him tanky. Brings a decreased defense as well, which, by the way, if this doesn't stun for whatever reason, there's a 10% chance that this will stun. And a 10% chance that his double hitter will stun. Oh, and he has a 10% chance of getting an extra turn. I love this guy. My favorite champion in the game. When I pulled him, I was not nearly as excited as I should have been. And you compare him up with... so what I do, I pair him up with... you guys saw it already. I'll just show you the team. It's my main team here. So I pair him up with Basher for lockdown, Nishak for bombs in case of stone skin, and then Mezamel is just a really good nuker that is a skinwalker. She hits harder than what my Wukong hits, so that's why I have her in there. But love this team. And the great thing, because he ignores resistance, notice that he landed on that Mithrala there. That's really saying something. When you look at his build, he's only 368 speed, and 433 accuracy. Like, right, he should have so much more accuracy, but that ignore resistance, 50%. Like, I don't get resisted very often. I will say that. So, I love him. I love him so much. Yeah, I have... These are the mythicals I've pulled so far on this account. So this is my main account. I run 3 accounts. I have my main account, my free-to-play account that I've had for a year and a half, and then the challenge account now is my 3rd account. So here, I'm gonna brag real quick to YST guys, because we have to show them this account. We have to. You're gonna get so mad at my free-to-play account, YST. I'm telling you right now, man. I'm stuck with the rooster. Only one who can give my account a booster. So this account turned 1 year old in September. Completely free to play. I've documented like every... You can see Warrior Circle pack. There you go. There's the proof in the pudding right there. I basically made it an episodic series on my channel, but let's do that. Oh, sorry. I want to do it this way. So I have him. I know you're going to be mad just off of him alone. since you only have the rooster. But I also have Odin, and I got Odin from a champion chase tournament. I had a really good bracket. Nobody competed for me in it. And I was able to snag Odin by winning the tournament because nobody went for him. And I ended up pulling, I pulled a bunch of Mikage legendaries, a bunch of epics for Rosin, and then I fused Rosin himself, and, I did a bunch of fusions, and I stole the Odin. Then I have Georgid. I actually pulled him and Turvold in the same 10 pull. I've got Teox. I don't have a team to build around him, unfortunately. The best Lizardman I have is Skull-Lord, who I think is a lot better now. Armand's Fusion. I pulled a Newt on this account. Yeah, so you can see I have a lot of champions unbuilt right now. Like Turvold, I haven't built him. I have no support champions on this account, though. That's my biggest holdup. But I love showing off this account. I think it's just so ridiculous. But yeah, the same 10 pull. I got Georgid, and then what would it be? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pulls later, I got Turvold. Yeah, this account, love it. However, my luck ended because I'm at 200 dang friggin' voids without pulling a Lego, man. I tried chasing Marishka yesterday with my remaining voids, and we did not hit, so... Good news is that I'm going to wait and pull them whenever we have another good, like, 15x or something like that. Try and see if I can snag a really good support legendary, support void legendary if possible. But yeah, this account, I absolutely, it's just so good. This was the first legendary I pulled on the account. I think no, this account started with the promo code for Deacon, and I got him. He was my login legendary. That's when I started this account. Then this one, and then the other ones are vaulted. Nah, Angelo, we looked at your account enough today. We need a break. But then I pulled nice, and that was insane. I never thought I'd get a mythical on this account. That was on the Christmas pulls. I did not hit on the Black Friday ones, and I had like a handful, and I pulled on Christmas and got it. So, hey guys, keep the questions coming. We're just chatting for a little bit. Let me check on the free to play. Wait, somebody asked me something. I don't think I answered it. Oh, my Frobins, I didn't finish the answer to your question, which was most wanted champion in the game, right? We'll talk for both accounts. So my most wanted champion on the main account, I'll put them in two categories. Mythical, I'd say nice, honestly. Because I know how I have him built on the free-to-play, and I know what I could do with him on the main account and how I could build him on this account, and he would be built so much better. You have 53 continuous heals on your Krisk. You're welcome. You're welcome. Yeah, I feel like on the main account, that's probably my most wanted. Siffy was my most wanted for a while. You could put Narcissus up there too. Well, yeah, so mythical most wanted is nice because I know what I can do with him since I've played with him. With a honorable mention to Galathier. But then I would say after that, like for non-mythicals, Siffy was up there. I think it's probably Narcissus. And that's because I feel like I really missed out on him. I had like 70 voids when they did the guarantee for him, and I wasn't willing to spend the money to get him. And I regret because I didn't expect him to be as good as he was, and I really regretted that decision. So, you like Nell, Mikolaj? I have not heard many good things about Nell at all. You're talking about her, right? Granted, I'm not like looking for content on her, but I haven't heard good things from other videos I've watched. But did you pull her and she's been putting in work for you? She's a support and a nuker. Oh, you got cooked by one in live arena? Interesting. On the free to play, my most wanted champion is Galathier. Or Elva, Pythion, Siphi. Like, I need a cleanser reviver like you wouldn't believe. I need it so badly. Probably Pythion especially, because then I could put him with a Teox team. And I could build my Teox a little more seriously. He's built okay, but he's way too slow. I can't get away with that. I don't actually use him because he's just too slow. Surely we get a fusion like that this year? What, like a support reviver? Or do you mean like a Narcissus? So just a support for her, right? Yeah. Honestly, I think you might be right, though, because I feel like the trend for Valentine's Day fusions has been support revive. I need a clan boss rework badly. Working 14 to 16 hour days makes it hard to do. Yeah, you're looking to get that instant. I just built a team for Angelo on here. We built him a really thick Wixwell team that apparently has 54 continuous heals on his Krisk. Hold on, I just realized I'm screwing up. Oh, no, I'm not. We need to get this done ASAP. Did I farm enough of it? Tier 4 masteries for 2 champions. Okay. I got to do this before I go pick up my daughter because reset's going to be soon. So we're going to stay on a little bit longer. Boom. Let's go. All right, we got that done. So now we need to farm spirit potions from stage 13 or higher. Now, we can only do stage 13, so I have to get very, very lucky. I think RSL Helper just crashed on me. Yeah, it did. That's what that noise was. That's fine. We only need this account to be up right now. There's my one ancient shard for tomorrow. Yay. I will pull it because, you know, why the hell not? No. If it had crit rate, I would I don't know. It's tempting because it's lifesteal gear, but I have enough healing in my team. I think I can get away from lifesteal. Yeah, but this is the free-to-play account. Like, that kind of gear I just don't have right now. So it would be pretty good on the account. I don't know if it's 500k good. I mean, I barely have 1 million silver right now as it is, so. All right. We need to set this up to farm, because I have 3 hours to get this done, and this is the only stage I can do it on anyways. Crap. It's a really bad time for RSL Helper to fail. All right, we're going to end stream because I don't sell. Do not do that. Do not sell all your crit rate gloves, Angelo. That's not the message that I wanted you to have. I do use crit rate gloves on a lot of my champions that, like, I think Mikage is in crit rate gloves. No, she's not. But I do run crit rate gloves on a lot of my champions that I might want to do damage, while also being a support or a debuffer or something along those lines. Okay, cool. I just want to make sure, man. There was a guy in our clan. He's not in our clan anymore. He's taking a break right now. He never accepted gear that was below 6 stars. And I went to do a takeover on his account. I literally could not get crit rate capped in a reasonable set on his account. His gear was in that bad of a shape. What's up? Hey, what's up, idiots on Xbox? I'm sorry you picked a really bad time to show up. I am just about to hop off. But we had a crazy stream today, guys. Honestly, we hit a new record for views. So we had 50 viewers at peak time today. We had 56 viewers at peak time today. I cried on camera. I'm going to keep talking about that, by the way. Great takeover. I thought a lot of really valuable information, a lot of stuff learned. I hate how, like, I don't talk about this enough. Obviously, I'm balding. Like, that's not a big secret. But I hate how reflective this spot is right here from my freaking light, man. It, like, when I look at myself in my camera, it drives me nuts. 100 turn count with 110 million. You're well. Congrats, Angelo. Congrats. You have a great account. You just needed that extra push, that little bit of advice. So I'm glad we got you there. We hit a record donation today. I cried on camera because of it. We did a great account takeover. I mean, what an insane day we had today. Thank you guys so much. I cannot put into words not just Priest Guardian and what he did for me today, but everybody, even just the people that liked the stream, the people that commented and helped me be entertaining in the chat, the people who... It is a soft light, though. It's a key light. I'm just really shiny right there. The people chatting, the people watching, the subscribers, the followers. I'm not no, I am usually speechless. This was just such an amazing day, and I get to, like I said when it happened earlier, when I got the donation that I got, I get to go to my wife, who is still a little on the fence about this. She's supporting me, but a little on the fence about it. I get to go to her and tell her what happened today and feel whole, right? I feel like I'm earning my place within my family, right? My wife is the breadwinner. We've talked about that on stream before, but I get to go to her and be like, look what I did today. You know, it's like the kid bringing their artwork home from school. I'm just so happy. And it's not just him. It's all of you. Record views. It's insane. Thank you all so much. It's impossible for me to thank you guys enough. So, tomorrow's stream, we're going to be pulling shards on the challenge account. Hopefully we get another ancient by then. And on the free to... Do I want to pull on the... I don't care about Knave. I don't think I pull on the main. I will pull on the free-to-play, though. We'll pull our ancients on the free-to-play during a 2x. No reason not to. So we'll pull shards tomorrow. Might be a short stream. Well, honestly, probably not now. Probably not now. I don't think I'll keep it a short stream because the streams are doing so well. I can't, like, I was gonna take a day off just to kind of redesign some stuff in the Discord, build some stuff. I've got people messaging me and setting up stuff in with some creators and things. So I was gonna like try to recoup that, but I can do that on the weekend. So hell yeah, we're gonna stream. We'll stream tomorrow. I'll do Hydra tomorrow because I know my clan is gonna yell at me if I don't. So we'll do Hydra on the main account tomorrow. And we got our chimeras done, which is good because the reset just happened on that. So, all right, well, I will see you all tomorrow. Thank you all so much from the bottom of my heart. Right back at you, Angelo. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Take care.